Like, what would happen?
Hey, you can't, don't do that.
Don't do that. No, come on. Yo.
Oh, you better not, boy! You better not!
Okay. Yo, bring the sign back.
Black fatigue strikes again. Most people are tired of the essence of the black community, especially young black people that are in the universities that should know better. These people are in the institution of learning that should condone debating ideas. Even if you disagree with somebody's idea, be able to talk to that person or talk with that person and then hash it out when just on the marketplace of ideas. But they cannot win when it comes to the marketplace of ideas. They resort to violence and chaos and everything. So this group, Maga Young Republicans, went to Tennessee State University, a popular HBCU. People that don't know what HBCU means, historically black school universities, to debate ideas on equality, on DEI, and then they were just met with chaos and people acting up like animals in 2025, adults. So I want us to watch a news clip reporting this incident, then we'll keep going from there.
And I'm Carrie Sharp. Members of Fearless Debate say they were just trying to create conversation and discourse on Tennessee State University's grounds.
But the NAACP's Nashville chapter says the group came to campus with rhetoric aimed at provoking and demeaning students. News Channel 5's Aaron Cantrell tells us how the fallout is having a big impact.
Because this incident has gone viral, it's sparking strong responses from not only students, also alumni, advocacy groups, and beyond. The group behind the Fearless Tour, a grassroots organization inspired by the late Charlie Kirk, says it's bringing honest conversation and open debate back to America's college campuses.
And I would say getting rid of DEI works towards that objective.
On Tuesday, the conservative commentators entered Tennessee State University, a historically black college without permission, according to officials, bringing a table, microphone, and inflammatory signs, sparking outrage from students. Campus police and staff responded, removing them.
Now you ask yourself, what hateful thing did these people say? What hateful thing did they say? What did they say that is actually racist, that is actually hateful and hurtful to the black community? You are basically arguing that everybody is equal. Everybody is equal based on human rights. Yes, some people are dealt a bad hand, some people came from a very poor family. But basically, on average, everybody is equal. But the problem is DEI, diversity, equity, and inclusion. These minorities, especially the black community, they don't want equality of opportunity, but they want equality of outcome. You can't just say that just because somebody worked hard and then you didn't work hard, but you should have the same specs or pecs of reward of that reward that is supposed to go to that person. It doesn't make any sense. Let's watch the clip of before the whole chaos started, of a young black man in a very civil way trying to debate ideas and everything about equality, and then we'll go from there.
Our systems is for people of color.
All of it. The entire system is for everybody. Anybody who's an American citizen.
So you feel like there's nothing. So you feel like everybody is equal.
Yeah. I mean, everybody's equal in their rights, but not everybody's obviously equal in their, what they have. Like, I grew up in a double wide trailer. He grew up in Boca Raton, so, we didn't grow up equal. We're both white. I mean, he's a Jew, so that's probably why he grew up in Boca Raton. But so we're not equal in what we possess as we start always, but we are equal in what we're allowed to do, our opportunity.
Can I ask you, do you think that there's any law that allows me to do something that you can't do, for example?
I don't think there's any laws that say that you can do something that I can't. But then again, this system can't be ignored. Like, we can't just say it does not exist, because there are countless examples of it existing.
Maybe just one example of what you're talking about. So what's wrong with the system that allows, I guess, racism to be systemic or institutionalized?
I mean, I would argue the opposite. Like, again, we have civil rights acts on top of civil rights acts, in addition to the 14th Amendment's Equal Protection Clause. 14th Amendment being written for the sole purpose of expanding and equalizing the rights.
You see that even though I genuinely, disagree with the black guy, but he was very civil about it. He was very respectful about it. Those people, young conservative guys, being inspired by the late Charlie Cook, we're trying to show him reasons that DI is not good. When they say Charlie Cook said, he's skeptical about black pilots when he's flying. Now, if there's a systemic effort to put people that are not qualified in positions of authority, positions of power, politics, military, etc., just because of the skin color, just because of their sexual orientation, being skeptical when you see somebody from that same community in an aircraft in a position of power is not racism. It's just pattern recognition and reality. It is not racism. The average black person that thinks that this whole victim mentality is good is very, very wrong. People who extended grace to the black community because of years of slavery and historical systemic racism when America was systematically racist. But now people are fed up. People from the Asian community, the Caribbeans, even Africans like us, I'm from Nigeria. We are tired of the excesses of the black community. And if the black community does not take time, these other minorities unite against them. Because it cannot be less than 12%, less than 13% of the population, and you account for majority of the violent crimes, and you still find a way to make yourselves victim, call the other side. I will even argue in today's America, black people are more racist than even white people. Racism is not good, but I'll argue because black people, they say it's reverse racism. It is not reverse racism. Racism is racism. And they are being put in positions of power just because of their skin color. And as usual, the usual suspects, Roland Martin and co., all these race hustlers came out to support and defend what actually happened. Let's take a look at what Roland Martin and co. had to say.
HBCUs were targeted with bomb threats. Now, a Maga hate group decides to go to Tennessee State University. They call themselves the Freedom Tour. And what they do, they go Fearless Tour. They go to these college campuses. Now, here's the deal: they showed up at Tennessee State uninvited, did not seek permission, and set up their table. And the whole point. This is what the whole point was. You see right here, DEI should be legal, deport all illegals now. Then they got upset because students grabbed their signs and tossed them. And then, of course, they were escorted off campus by security. I'm a Texas A&M graduate. And even though I'm a graduate, if I decided to roll up at Texas A&M, set up a table in front of the Memorial Student Center, and I have language that probably white students there would disagree with, don't you know I'm going to be approached and told, I'm sorry, who are you? Are you authorized to be here? These individuals were not authorized. So why do they do this? To get exactly what they got. Their whole goal was to go viral. Their whole goal was to say, oh, look at these folks. They're protesting MAGA. This is ridiculous. And they've been on social media trashing HBCUs, talking about graduation rates, all those things. That's what their goal is. And so let me be real clear. You're going to see this happen again. Because, see, these right-wing influencers, okay, what they're going to do is, in the mold of Charlie Kirk, they are going to target other HBCUs. I'm telling you right now.
And this is why nobody takes the black community seriously. People are tired of, people will have black fatigue. Black fatigue is a thing. It's a thing. People are just tired of engaging with them. Because what happens in a society where civil discourse is prohibited, people don't want to engage with the other side, the white people always extend an olive branch, trying to find a common ground with the black people. But the black community is filled with hate. Yes, it's not everybody in the black community I'm talking about, but exceptions don't make the rule. They're filled with hate, they're filled with rage. Just that, like the argument of reparation. People that did not experience slavery and are expecting to be paid money from people that did not enslave others. Only 2% of white Americans actually owned slaves. And the same person that they call Hitler, they call racist, they call the KKK, Trump, actually since the beginning of the second term, he has given over $500 billion to the HBCUs. But still, it is not enough for them. There's nothing is enough for them. So I just want people to just stop coddling black people, telling them. And the problem is that they are bringing signs of BLM and all these things. The same BLM that scammed people of their money and went to buy mansions in white neighborhoods. They did not bring anything back to the black community. But the black people are just so naive to fight, especially black liberals. I won't even say, because I will say black people because the exceptions are just the Republicans or the conservatives. Vastly, black people vote 97% Democrats. So they are so naive to see these things. They just see the world through the prism of race and every time. Yes, we cannot say people are not prejudiced sometimes, but America is not systematically racist right now. So if these people in universities adults in universities cannot even they're so triggered, they're so emotional, they're so irrational, they can't even stand somebody that disagrees with them and actually step up to the mic and explore what, and they will actually find out that they actually agree on many things that they disagree. But no, people are reinforcing bad behavior. The black community is reinforcing bad behavior. And whenever people call out, people like us call out these SSs in the black community or the ills in the black community, they say we are racist. They say we are self-hating black people. I'm actually ashamed to share the same skin color with those students that are acting like animals over there. I'm actually ashamed to share the same skin color. So this is all I have to say about this incident. You might disagree with me. Just tell me your take in the comment section. That's all I'm going to say about it. The black community should do better. So make sure you like, subscribe, do all the fun things, turn on post notifications so you'll be notified anytime I drop another video. I love you, but God loves you.